All right, welcome back. Tuesday night, another edition here of Live from Redhook at the Function House. And tonight we want to welcome our special guest DJ A.Vee.
Hey, what's up,
man? Welcome to the Function House.
Thanks for having me,
Welcome
guys.
to the show.
Thank you.
So, quick story. You're the reason why I couldn't use A.Vee as a DJ name.
I really feel bad, but
Yeah.
kind of.
So those are your initials, right?
Yeah, that's my first and last name, and first and last name initial, and that kind of was the easiest thing to think of. Like, okay, I was gonna think of. Actually, I had these different options, because my real name is Alex, and I was gonna go with DJ A.Vee X. Because there's we had crazy things happening back then.
Hold the mic over there. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy things happening back then, like X Clan, all that kind of stuff. So I was going to go in that direction, but I was like, nah, let me not do that. So I just kept it A.Vee, and I was like, that sounds catchy.
Yo,
Let's see what
but
happens.
there was like 100 A.V's, but you were the sole reason why I couldn't use A.Vee.
Well, you gotta share that.
And this is the first time I'm meeting you.
Hey, dude, when he first told me the reason why, I'm sorry, I kind of felt bad. It's
And
funny,
that-
but I felt bad.
And that was Riz sort of sticking up for you, saying,
Yeah.
my boy's
Nah, you can't use
A.Vee.
that.
Nah, I got to give special shouts to Riz because Riz definitely connected this whole situation, and I guess I owe him a steak dinner for holding down my name when I wasn't around. So,
And you owe Anthony a steak dinner,
I
so
don't
he
know.
didn't-
Yeah,
he
'cause,
didn't
you know,
bite off of you.
exactly, because he was going to go in this different direction, and I fucked up. Can I curse?
Yeah, you could.
Okay, I kind of
You could curse. It's the internet.
And plus, you're
Yeah.
from Brooklyn, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's fine.
son. You know what I'm saying?
So you're born and raised in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
What part?
It used to be called East New York, but now the real estate people call it Cypress Hills.
Yeah.
So I live in Cypress Hills now.
Okay.
You've been down to Redhook before, right?
Yeah, actually, I used to come here quite often. Supermarket, the Crab House, Brooklyn
Yep.
Crab House, right down there. I mean, just being, every part of Brooklyn I've been to.
Yeah.
Like Atlantic Terminal, Barclays Center, all that crap. So I'm everywhere in Brooklyn. So
So how did this all start, man? How'd you get into the DJing?
believe it or not, I wasn't supposed to be a DJ. I went to college to be an architect. And, being in the college world, I actually went to Pratt Institute, which has a campus right there in Brooklyn on DeKalb.
Yep.
And going to the college parties and seeing, the DJs having, the command of the room and stuff like that. I was like, that seems kind of cool. Maybe I can
So who were the DJs at the college parties?
have to remember all their names, man. But there was, a couple of dorm room parties,
Yeah.
dudes were just wasted, red cups everywhere and stuff like that. And I was like, that seems like a cool thing to do, but I never had the heart to do it, nothing like that. But I had some cousins in Massachusetts who actually, they made an investment, they bought turntables. So when I went to go visit them during the summertime, I would go play around with it and be like, yo, this seems kind of cool. And then, one summer break, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get some equipment. It wasn't the best equipment, though, because my pockets weren't that great, so I didn't get Technique 1200s. I got Gemini 1200s. And,
Everybody started that route.
hey, man, Pyramid Mixer, it was, it wasn't the best
Belt,
setup. You know what I'm saying?
belt driven.
Right, woofers that were like, with pyramid speakers, just the terrible stuff.
Not to cut you off, but what I think is so funny about how most DJs start and they get the turntables, they're like, they pick up a pair of Geminis and they look just like the 1200s.
That's what sold
You know
me.
what I'm saying? And like you take them out of the box, you're like, oh, these look just like the 1200s.
But they don't act like
And then
1200s.
when you turn those things on, man, you're like, these are the 1200s.
But this was like sophomore year in college. And then, I kind of said to myself, I'm really liking this DJ stuff. Playing around, I figured like, okay, maybe I can make, have some fun doing it. So I did a couple of college parties and stuff like that. And I was at Pratt Institute for Architecture. And I was kind of not even digging the whole architecture vibe anymore. So I was like, you know what? Let me take a break. Took a break from that. And then that's when I really got my chance to like go to clubs and watch the DJs like, Roman Ricardo, all kinds of genres, stuff like that. And then I kind of said to myself, you know what? Let me give it a shot. And then some friends of mine went to this DJ battle. I thought I was great. I thought I was dope. I thought I was the best thing ever. Doing tricks and under the leg, all that kind of stuff. Went to this DJ battle.
Which we're going to see in a little while, right?
I do nothing like that. that's my past. But anyway, so I saw this guy. His name was DJ Aladdin. And Clark Kent. DJ Clark Kent was the host for the night. The host for the night was killing it. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, that's just the host. You know what I'm saying? And then, when the battle actually happened, I got to see dudes like Aladdin and Miz, and I was like, okay, I might want to do that, And then, went back to the lab, practice, entered my first battle, and
So You entered the battles, DMC.
I went to, there was like some local stuff out in Harlem. I placed in those, got annihilated pretty early because, I was new, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, but
At least you took part.
No, I definitely was. It was all about just getting the experience. And then when I went for DMC, I did pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie, because after my set, dudes like Rob Swift came up to me like, "Oh my God, you killed it," whatever. And that's when I first met DJ Riz. He came up to me. He was like, "Oh, yo, you killed it, whatever." The judges didn't think I killed it though, so I didn't qualify that night. But I got to make some good friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And to this day, Rob Swift, Riz, I mean, all those contestants are some of my best friends right now. You know what I'm saying?
How many hours of practicing did you go through preparing for something like that,
Put it this
DMC?
way. I mean, my mom passed away some years ago, but I wish I could buy her a medal for the music that she tolerated, like playing Rock the Bells for 3 hours straight, or, you'd play one record for so long practicing, and your neighbors would be like, change the record, But
And you'd be watching like the DMC videotapes, right?
Well, see, there wasn't really, I guess I'm gonna show my age at this point, but there wasn't really that much, like, you was really fortunate to have a VHS
Yep.
tape of any kind of battles because there wasn't really footage happening that much back then.
Yeah.
So you would do a lot of your research and studying through just listening to the song. So if you listen to Scratch doing So What You Saying, you'd listen to his cuts and try to figure it out just by audibly
hearing
just
it,
listening
yeah.
to it, yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah, when they came out with the DMC, the actual tapes, I used to buy them in Beach Street.
oh my God, that was like a blessing, man.
It made a lot easier
It cut to the
seeing
chase,
how
yeah.
they did it.
You could see the fader movements, the record hand movements, but
Yeah.
back before then, you were just listening to it and just sonically trying to figure out what that person was doing. And,
Such a different game today, right? Where you could just go to YouTube and study somebody on YouTube and
Yeah.
then just like spend the time
and then the
to
mouse
do
hole
it.
would give you all of their particular videos, and you could just study that one person for hours. But I don't know.
So through these battles, you met some people, and it led you to doing some radio gigs.
Yes. The big story I want to actually share with you guys is how I actually got to do radio was with DJ Riz. Now, DJ Riz, I don't know if not too many people know that he's an amazing Raiders fan. Born in Brooklyn, but he's all about the Raiders. I don't know why. I don't know.
Yeah, he loves
I'm not a
the
sports
Raiders.
person, so I couldn't even tell you why. Maybe they have great stats or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, he used to do the station on Adelphi Radio. It was WBAU. Sorry about that.
Yep.
With Wildman Steve. And that was on a Monday nights. And he was a big football fan. And whenever the Raiders played on Mondays, he was bummed out because he was like, damn, I got to do the show, but I don't want to miss the game. So he asked me one time, like, yo, is there a chance you could cover the show? I was like, what do you mean? It was like, yo, the Raiders are playing, just cover the show. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. Didn't know what the hell I was getting into, but I did it. And he felt comfortable enough to, like, when the Raiders were doing good, I got to play the radio. So that just became, that's kind of created a momentum for me.
You became a Raiders fan too.
Hell yeah, man. When they did good, I did good. So, that's how it all worked out for me. Yeah, Raiders. I couldn't name a player, but, But,
See what the fit
yeah.
on.
So that kind of, like, led to other, so these radio stations would have rappers come through and be interviewed. And while they were there, they kind of would, like, take notice to whatever I was doing. And then, I started to develop relationships with the rappers. So if they were doing stage shows or whatever, they would, like, contact me to be on the stage with them. So that has kind of created another lane for me, which I definitely am thankful for. And
So
being with that station also led to other stations. So I didn't have to rely on the Raiders anymore to play on the radio. So, it kind of worked out with this other station called WBAI, and they kind of had me there as their permanent guy. So it's great.
you also were on tour with
Yes.
on the road for a while, right?
Again, the radio station, got to go back to that. I got a chance to develop a good connection with a rapper by the name of Master Ace, Juice Crew legend, Symphony, if you guys are familiar. And, he liked my style to the point where he wanted me to become his regular show DJ. And I'm like thinking, yeah, sure, why not? I didn't think much of it, but
You didn't think you were going to be on the road? Like
I didn't know I was going to be. I was on the road for I was jumping on planes like 3 times a month to the point where if there was Instagram back then, oh my God, you'd see so much. But I got to see certain parts of the world that I only read in school and stuff like that, and got to go to just so many places.
So how long did you travel for?
Sometimes we would do tours that were 4 weeks, sometimes 5 weeks straight. And then he would say, we're going on tour. And I was like, okay, where? Germany. I'm like, Germany for 6 weeks? No,
all the cities, right?
it's like every little nook and cranny of Germany. There were Germany. I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So were there any? What was like one of the craziest experiences you had on these tours? Or can you actually say it?
yeah, I can say it. I say it. I don't know what you.
We're opening
I don't know
you
what you're
up
getting at,
on this
bro.
show right here.
Now, actually, one of the cool persons I met on the road, Fat Philly. He's from Croatia. He's actually in town right now, and did a show. And my geography is not that great, but I think they were kind of like connected with Russia in some kind of way. Anyway, so long story short, we did the show, and then we had some days off. He took us to like this little mountain cottage getaway where it was just like snow-capped mountains, and we're in the middle of this. Dude, I'm from East New York, Brooklyn, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here, mountains surrounding me with snow caps, and I'm just like, this is not happening, you know? But, just having that kind of, leaving JFK and end up in a place like that, and it's just like, it's
It's a great
a,
experience.
yeah,
it's awesome.
it's a semi-mind fuck, but at the same time, it's like, wow, moving a theater back and forth got me here.
Look, that's something
it.
that
You know what I'm
happened
saying?
years ago, right? Years ago, and like you're telling it today on the show.
It's easily like almost 20 years ago.
Wow.
And I still remember that moment, you know what I'm saying? And
I thought we were gonna get a different moment from you, but we'll take that.
nah, I'm not going to go there.
We'll
Hey.
take that. We'll take that one. Snow
Oh,
Mountain.
yeah, Snow Cap Mountain. Hey, subliminal, whatever you want. That's on you, bro. But
So here's a question: how are you staying up with music today? Like it's a lot different than going out and getting records and stuff. So what sites are you what blogs are you on? How are you staying up with music?
believe it or not, I do most of my homework. I mean, all right, the stuff I do mostly now is like a lot of clubs in the city and clubs, whatever cities call me out to go to. But staying on top of, I hate to say it, but like I'm in the car listening to the radio, all stations. You know what I'm saying? Because the new stuff that comes out, it is what it is. But I also try to keep in tune with different kinds of music at the same time. But unfortunately, like the music I truly, truly love isn't the stuff that really sustains a person's, lifestyle. So I play a lot of the commercial stuff sometimes.
What's the music you love? What's the music you like to listen to when you're home?
It's such a wide range, man. I mean, like, it's going to sound kind of geeky, but I mean, I love like the cheesy 80s stuff, the cheesy 90s stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, in fact, I think what really connected me and Riz mostly was like, when we would drive around, we wouldn't even really listen to hip hop. I mean,
Me either.
Riz was, he's the kind of guy that would do mixtapes with, like, I had this one blend, I think it was Pete Rock and CL Smooth instrumental mixed with America, Tin Man, some shit. It was just like so random. It was just like stuff like that we would listen to, and it seemed so out of character for hip hop guys to be listening to that kind of stuff. But before there was a Hot 97, we would listen to radio stations that would play everything.
Yeah.
So before you heard the Run DMC song, you had to hear Cyndi Lauper, you had to hear Phil Collins, and
Yeah.
like that. So
Well, that's what the format was.
yeah, you became well-rounded without even trying to be well-rounded. You know what I'm saying? But now everybody has this one station with one direction, and they just have this one mindset, which is kind of terrible.
So
But,
you're still playing in clubs and stuff. What do you find yourself playing when you're out?
I play the formulaic, unfortunately, templated commercial stuff, but what I try to do in the middle of the set, slip in some of the stuff that I personally like, to kind of like, popular, what I like, and then kind of sandwich it in to kind of like, I don't know, kind of just satisfy myself while I'm still satisfying them in a way. But
But you're playing like the Little Uzi Vert and
Yeah,
Future and all these guys.
yeah, the playlist. Oh, sorry, am I not loud enough?
That's louder.
Check it. Is that better?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, cool.
So you're playing all the new artists.
Yeah, but I mean, more or less, like everybody at this point in the game with DJ City, all these different sites, everybody pretty much almost has the same selection. But it's how you deliver it, how you get out of it. That's where I think the skill comes in, because I mean, I've been to parties where you hear, yeah, I got that. But it's like how the DJ gets in and out of those songs. Yeah. That's how, kind of makes the difference between one person and another.
Do you make any of like your own edits, or do you try to? Are you playing any type of mashups, or?
I'm guilty for not really doing, too many edits. I mean, everybody gets on my case. I need to get on that more often, but but I do. I mean, I have a lot of friends of mine who do that, and they forward them to me, and I definitely have no problem playing other people's edits.
Yeah, sure.
So when you're playing, how long are these sets usually?
It varies. I mean, I got some spots that have me doing like maybe a 2-hour set, and I have spots that have me doing marathon sets for a couple of hours and stuff like that. But,
What do you prefer?
believe it or not, I don't mind the marathon sets because it gives you a chance to kind of like structure the whole night. you know, you can kind of like build the crowd the way you want it to. You know what I'm saying? But when it's in the hour, you know, you're capturing them just for that 1 hour or 2 hours. But if it's a little bit more than 2 hours, I don't trip over it. You know what I'm saying?
What has been your worst DJ experience?
Okay, I got that one for you. Right at the tip of my tongue. I did something for, what was that tour? Rock the Bells tour. Actually, yeah. No, it wasn't the worst because it paid extremely well. But my homeboy JS1, you know, those who are out there, he's big in the graffiti culture, amazing in the DJ world as well. He had to go out of town because he DJed for Rozelle at the time. Okay. He was like, yo, I need you to fill in for me real quick at Rock the Bells. I'm like, sure, no problem. He was like, only thing, it's a 12-hour set. I was like, what? 12-hour set. So I was like, okay, it can't be that bad.
What time did you start?
I blocked it out of my memory, but it was long. It was, I mean, it was structured for Vitamin Water had a tent, and they wanted music played throughout the course of the day. And he told me, like, yeah, it's about 12 hours, but the money's great. And I was like, all right, cool. First couple of hours was cool. After a while, it got a little mind-numbing because all those hours, you kind of figure out, did I play that already? Did I not play that? Then it's like, yeah.
I'd be sitting down after like 6 hours.
I mean, listen, I can't front. I mean, I slipped in a mix every so often, and, you know.
So was it like people rotating in and out of this?
Yeah, so it wasn't really, because it wasn't like a steady crowd. It was like people strolling in, strolling out. And I think I was more hard on myself. I didn't really have to maintain different music, like a different song for the entire 12 hours. But
I think most DJs are like that.
Yeah,
right?
I was just, you know.
Just think about it now. You get a 12-hour show like that. There's 40 DJs lined up. Everybody got a 15-minute
Dude, there's like
slot.
10 DJs for a 1 hour set. You know what I'm saying? I've seen these flyers with like, you know, like opening DJ, like 5 different guys, closing DJ 12.
Well, I mean, I guess if you were playing house music for 12 hours, it would probably be a different story. But if you're playing like open format, hip hop, pop, all that stuff, I mean, it's.
Do you play house music?
Actually, I kind of started out before that whole battle stuff. I was actually heading into the direction of, you know, doing a lot of house because I used to go to Palladium. I used to go to the Tunnel before Funkmaster Flex took it over. You know, see dudes like Roman Ricardo spinning, and you know, I don't know if you remember the Lemoore East, like all those clubs. You know, where it was like borderline house, borderline freestyle.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to go to those kind of clubs, and that was kind of music I was kind of into, really.
And then the battling just sort of.
Yeah, it kind of like just pulled me away.
It was
from
huge
that.
then.
Yeah.
It pulled, I mean,
Especially in the 80s.
Yeah.
I mean,
I still
early
like
80s.
it, you know. I mean, they just had a concert like a couple of days ago at Radio City. The whole freestyle
Yeah.
thing. It was like
They
a
do
2
the- They do a bunch every year.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind going to one just to, you know, reminisce and stuff.
Yeah.
you know. But
So you have any residencies now that you're playing?
yeah, actually, I got, you know, 2 solid residencies. You know, thank God. You know, whatever. I'm at the Delancey on Friday nights. That's in the Lower East Side, right next to the Williamsburg Bridge.
And what are you playing?
That's pretty much the commercial crowd, and whatever walks into the room, I kind of like, I design it to, you know, whatever walks in, but they kind of want to gear it towards that, you know.
Yep.
And I mean, at one point they were telling me no hip hop. They wanted it to be like, used to be like almost an all EDM kind of night.
New York City, that doesn't work anymore.
Oh man, nah. So they kind of complied and realized that, you know, all EDM night wasn't really the direction to go. So they kind of like loosened up I used to actually get emails the next morning like, ease up on the hip hop guy, you know. So, but nah, they don't. They you know, they leave me alone
What
with that.
What nights are you there? Friday?
I'm there Friday nights and some Saturday nights. I leave Saturdays open for like if I get gigs out of town and stuff like that. But if I don't have anything really popping off out of town, I would be either there or the Soda Bar, which is in Brooklyn. What is it? On Vanderbilt.
Brooklyn's popping, right?
Yeah, that Brooklyn spot. I mean, it started off being like a really sleepy kind of gig, and then that Brooklyn thing just started to bubble, and now it's like, you know, it's almost sometimes one of my better nights and stuff like that. So
That's good.
It's cool, man. Thanks for coming down. We're really looking forward to hearing
Thank you guys
man.
for having me here, and I'm just happy to be here.
So what are you going to play for us tonight?
I have no idea.
I like that.
I was just telling my boy DJ 3D back there. Like, he was like, "Yo, so I have no idea what I'm playing."
You're going to break into like a freestyle set?
You mean rhyming or?
No, like a freestyle.
Oh, Lizette Melendez and all that stuff? Nah, I won't do that.
All right, we're going to take a 2-minute break. We're going to get A.Vee up on the set.
Hey, man.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in.